Yeah, it's a worrying development. It's the first case we have had right-wing extremists targeting Muslims. This boy is 16 years old, but he was extremely serious. He drew his inspiration from Tarrant, the man who attacked the mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand, 2 years ago. The violent impulses, I've said this many times, is not restricted to any particular racial group or religious group. It can occur amongst anyone. It's really a question of being exposed to hate speech and then being influenced by it. And it's also worrying that we are picking up young people. And since 2015, we have picked up 7 young persons under the age of 20 under the Internal Security Act. 4 were detained, 3 have been served with restriction orders. They access the internet, they get self-radicalized. This boy, heavily influenced by hate speech and online calls for violence against Muslims. He watched the live-streamed video of Tarrant, Christchurch attacks. He read Tarrant's manifesto. He planned very carefully and he wanted to carry out his violence at 2 mosques, which he identified, on the 15th of March, which was the 2nd anniversary of Tarrant's attack in Christchurch. And he told ISD when we interviewed him, it was quite chilling. He told them, ISD, that he saw only 2 outcomes for his plans. 1, he could get arrested before he carries out, or 2, he will be killed by the police while he was executing his plans. So he went in fully prepared, knowing that he's going to die. And he was prepared to die. And he wanted to get firearms. He was researching, he wanted to get explosives. He researched various options, but in Singapore it's very difficult to get firearms. So he then decided that he will use a machete for the attack. He watched videos on how to attack with the machete. He aimed to target the arteries of the victims so that he can kill quickly, slash the neck and chest areas. He also bought a tactical vest to wear during the attack. He planned to strap mobile phone to his vest so that he can live stream his attack. He conducted online recce of the 2 mosques, worked out the travel routes and entrances, and he planned to get a car to get to the mosques, even though he was underage. So really the question is, how do you prevent if a person on a day decides that he's going to attack mosques or churches or temples? Our gun control laws mean that people like him can't kill a lot of people at one go because we have very strict laws. But carrying a knife and deciding that you want to do something, it's not going to be easy to prevent every single time. And if such an attack had succeeded, it's likely, what's likely? It's likely to incite fear, conflict between our different racial groups, religions.
Other than being detained, will he be charged with anything?
Our approach when it comes to religious sort of issue like this is that a few points I would share. First, in his case, it would be said in a court of law that he was only thinking about it. He has planned it, but he hasn't actually taken a step yet. So in many countries, without laws similar to the Internal Security Act, you can't move early until there is some further act of preparation. So that's one issue. Second, given his age, I think just like the various other young people, some of them Muslim that we picked up, we didn't charge them either. It's a court process may not be the best to deal with them. And third, when it involves a Muslim attacking a Christian or a Christian attacking a Muslim, my own view is that a court process inflames passions even more. And the approach we have taken, which has succeeded so far, is first, it allows us through the Internal Security Act to move in much faster and prevent it, nip it in the bud. Second, what is going to happen to him? Under detention, he will get religious counseling from religious leaders, Christian leaders, and I expect, there's a reasonable expectation that he, like many of the other boys, would eventually understand what their religion is about and can actually get rehabilitated. So the approach we have taken offers a better path towards rehabilitation, as opposed to treating him like a criminal, charging him and putting him in jail. So here with rehabilitation, my hope is that after a number of years, he can be released and carry on with his life.